Good morning and welcome, Morning Breathers. Welcome to Morning Breath. I'm your host, Tim Elliott, joined in the studio by super producer Alex P. Snyder.
Good to be here.
There he is, live and in person. Mic and everything.
Mic and everything.
Mic and camera.
Mic and camera.
And we have Boss Man Matt with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
And John the Voice.
Good morning.
We have approval from audience members that people like John the Voice over
John the Rookie.
John the Rookie.
Okay, well that's good.
So now it sticks.
All right. Well, as long as the people
have spoken.
if the people speak, we listen.
So
I'm really glad I didn't go the other way.
I was going to say, I don't think you're disappointed by that.
I was like, yeah. Thank you. I'm looking at the camera, wherever it is. Thank you.
There you are. We must thank KCTC.
Thank you, Casey.
Casey.
Put some love into that.
Thank you, Casey.
There you go.
I say it like you mean it.
KCTC sponsors the Southeast Iowa Video Network. We also like to thank Hy-Vee and Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh for they keep us hydrated. At least they have the cups that keep us hydrated.
They do.
That is for sure. So thanks, Willie, and all of the local Hy-Vee stores. John, you came in just giddy this morning.
Oh, alongside of it. It's March Madness.
This is your time of year.
Season, man.
So this is we're going to start. We're going to do this show, and it's mainly about. It's just going to be about brackets. I don't really have anything off the top of my head. And Alex, is there anything really bothering you that you would like to discuss before we get into bracketology? Because you filled out one of these as well.
I'm going to be honest. I just picked the top seeds for everything because I don't watch any basketball.
All right.
Yeah,
And
but
then
you might end up winning because
Yeah.
Yeah.
you just never
Except
know.
for I had, should I say who I had winning at the end?
Yeah. Listen, we'll let John decide because this is his show.
When did this start happening?
When I woke up this morning, I thought, John, this is John's gig, man. He's gonna want to. He's
not the rookie anymore.
No, he's the voice.
This is the voice. So anyway, you filled out a bracket. Very good. All right. Are we gonna have these things up?
I could put these up.
Good morning to Paula Joe, Denise, and I'm sure there's others. Jimmy, you're probably out there.
Yeah.
Jimmy, am I going to see you this afternoon? Just curious. If you're here, you can comment.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, this is my last show.
But for this week.
This week.
Oh, don't.
No, except for Friday. We're going to try the Friday thing. All right.
Don't scare the people that way.
Well,
You're the star, man.
I am not. I am hardly that. I think that Alex is the glue that holds this all together. But it is. I'm going to take an extended break here, but I will try and call in Friday.
We're going to see how that goes.
Yeah.
We got headphones and everything.
That'll be
Yeah.
fun.
We'll see what happens. I'll make a phone call.
All right,
John.
Oh, Mike says, you will see me, Tim.
Very good.
Mike Reshley.
Very good. Jimmy, don't be late.
Excellent. Well, it is that wonderful time of year, March Madness, and it's like, double the madness, especially for us Hawk fans, right? Because not only do you have, the men's tournament and all the pomp and circumstance that goes with it, and we'll get into all that, but we have arguably the main attraction, right, in college basketball right now, Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
She is like
we had a lot of discussion about were we going to do both brackets or just the ladies.
We did. We went back and it was like, hey, like it's March Madness. Like we have top 10 lists for days. We have top 100 lists for days. We have all kinds of things that 360 whatever other days of the year we can get into. Mm-hmm. But today on this day, we get into a little bit of March Madness. So I'll be in the comments.
You couldn't sleep last night.
Can you see the giddiness just rolling off of him? It's just like it's radiating.
Really floating. He's floating right here.
But not to be outdone, it is Tim's birthday this Saturday, so we'll make sure and we will sing "Happy Birthday" to Tim at some point this week.
Mike Reshley's chimed in. Good,
Yeah.
very good, Mike.
Yeah, we were just
there too.
Yeah, we said that.
We said,
Well, I thought you were. I was talking about Jimmy.
We were like, no, Mike. I was like, oh, Mike, and then he goes, Mike Reshley, and you're like, oh, that's nice, and then
went right through me. Just had no clue what you said.
Rob, Angie, Bonar Kaufman.
Oh yeah, we share a birthday, Angie and I.
oh, that's awesome.
So
Very
when
good.
you sing to me, sing to Angie.
We will sing to the masses.
Of course, we don't have a show that day, so
Hey, speaking of singing to the masses, if you were I think I've seen a couple of these people. If some of you folks were at the pub crawl on Saturday night,
You didn't make it.
I know I looked for you. I couldn't find you, but it was a madhouse where we were at the wheel.
At the wheel.
It was exciting. That's probably the most people I've seen in there, which is saying something.
Really?
One of our shows. It was absolutely. I thought about sending a video to Alex just so we could, but then I was like, well, we don't have approval to put people's images online, I suppose. But yeah, it was a great time. Good morning, Mike Heaton. How are you?
We'll see.
Look
We'll
forward to
see
seeing
you
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Mike.
Awesome. Okay, so let's dive into some of these brackets. We can start with the ladies brackets. We can save the
ladies first.
Yeah, absolutely. Ladies first, the best for first. However you want to look at this thing. So I will full confession. So there's
Are we just going to do like our first round, run through the first round really quick?
yeah, we can do it however. Honestly, we can do it however you like
Just
it.
trying
So
to get myself in the right frame of mind.
yeah. So this is so we can back it out a little bit there. This was my bracket for the folks at home. And again, I'm not pretending to be the czar, if you will, of knowing everything about basketball. But I did look at a few different things.
You are a referee.
When being a referee and then knowing who's what in every single, because you got 64 teams and everything else. So here's the whole thing with this. It was interesting when you went on NCAA, playNCAA.com there on the upper right hand corner. If you went there, what you could do is you could go through some of these matchups and you could click into them and they would show you all these different stats and figures, that they could show you. And it was interesting to see. And you think about playoff basketball, right? Defense, free throw shooting, right? Big deal when it gets into the NCAA tournament, right? In a lot of ways. And so they would show you like the defensive percentages. They would show you the points, average points that each team would giving up. And I know you had to be careful because some teams played in lesser conferences, and so that could be a bit skewing and things like that.
Full disclosure, you went way deeper than I did on this.
So here's the other fun thing about this.
Yeah.
There are people that win, bracket contests and everything every year. And they literally have no idea about basketball. They literally will pick teams because they like the colors of the teams or the mascots of the teams or whatever else. And
sound familiar, Alex?
and they're like, oh, that's a nice red color. I'll pick that team, and then they just, they'll go through that. So it's really fun.
So any big upsets that we're going to pick here?
A couple different ones. In the second round, I had Richmond, the 10 seed, bottom right-hand corner, taking down Ohio State.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's
It's a big upset. But again, I looked into it was some of those things. I looked into some of the defensive percentage. I looked into the free throw, the field goal percentage, and just several other things. And Richmond, the Richmond Spiders, if you will, is their mascot. I see them taken down. Also,
you haven't beaten Duke in the first
You
round.
haven't beaten
too.
Duke in the first round as well.
oh no, what are we? We're
Yeah, you're
that's
saying
a
Richmond.
10-7.
They beat Duke
yeah.
in the first round.
All right, so
Absolutely.
they get on a little roll.
Yep. So they go on,
And then they run into
UConn and they get
UConn.
taken down, and then they go from there. So, but yes. So I had Richmond on going on a little bit of a run. There's an interesting seeds too as well. If you look at like the 11 seeds and also the 11, 12, and 13, they always seem to be a little bit scary for some of those opponents as you get through.
They got nothing to lose.
Yep, and then also let me see here.
I have Michigan getting to the Elite Eight in that region.
Mm-hmm.
I think Michigan's a really good team. That means they beat USC.
Yeah. Well, I
So
have.
we shall see. I think the Big Ten is the best women's conference.
So that's what. So of course I watched Iowa all year. So I watched all the Big Ten teams, and so I kind of went heavy Big Ten also.
Yeah, I don't think there was a chance that we could see any Pac-12.
Well,
I don't remember seeing any games even off.
So I got USC in the Elite Eight.
Okay.
Getting beat by UConn. UConn's my upset.
Now we got to get some of these other guys' brackets up there. We can get into some of those.
you don't want to just hang yours out up there.
Well, I don't mind hanging out there, but what
do a split screen.
Yeah, but what I will also say is that I had the grudge. I wanted to pick UCLA, right? I mean, I believe that UCLA can beat LSU, but I want to see the grudge match.
Right,
I just again, this is where the homer in me came in. At full disclosure on that.
See, but I don't think they want that. I think they want this young lady from UCLA. What's her name? She's really good.
USC is Juju.
Oh, Juju is USC?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just I'm thinking, and it's
Juju is one that I'm sorry, but Juju is one that like did as well or better than Caitlin in her freshman year.
Yeah.
They're calling her another Caitlin.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she averaged more points than Caitlin
Just
did.
barely. Yeah, I think so. Freshman to freshman.
Right.
Yeah. I did, yeah, I took Iowa all the way in that division. I have UCLA getting there as well, so I took the top 2 seeds. Nothing really scary in any of that. I took Drake to upset Colorado.
Oh, okay.
And then they come back to life with K-State. I think is just too much.
Yeah.
In the other bracket where USC is number 1, nothing too outstanding there, except I've got Michigan beating USC. South Carolina, I've got them getting to Sweet 16 or Elite 8 and losing to Indiana.
Yeah, that's an upset pick.
That is a big
That
upset.
is a big
but
upset.
Indiana is tough.
They were the top field goal shooting team in the country at one point this year. I don't know if they still are, but they were.
And they're playing with some confidence.
Yeah.
So I took that as kind of an upset. Well,
Not kind of. That's a big upset.
That's a huge upset.
It is. But, I mean, they got to beat Oregon State to get there, too. So there's some Pac-12 teams out there that I'm saying that the Big Ten is better than.
Yeah.
I had South Carolina losing to Texas in the Final Four. I had them getting one more round than you there.
Yeah, I've got Texas going out on that bottom side there. I don't think I took South Dakota State to beat Utah. I don't know a thing. That was a guess.
All right, but you're very proud of it. So
I am very proud.
It's that 5-12 matchup.
Yeah, but Gonzaga will take them back to reality. And I don't think there's anything else.
I don't think there's many upsets in the women's side.
I tell you, I didn't take Iowa State over Maryland. I like Maryland there. Again, Maryland is really good. And so is Iowa State. Iowa State is so young.
They are.
Maryland hasn't lost a first round game in like six years or 6 tries.
Yeah, I don't think there's the same Maryland team, but
no.
But they've been there, done that.
But they played us pretty tough.
Yeah.
So, and then I like Maryland over Stanford. I just took the Big Ten.
Yeah.
I think the Big Ten
Big Ten's tough.
Premier League. What do you want to talk about, Matt? We got about 3 minutes.
Yeah. So we were talking about it earlier. So I took Iowa into the Final Four, but I don't know. I'm a typical Hawkeye fan. It's like every game you're going to lose, right? Because you go into every game thinking, oh, we're going to lose this one. This is going to be that.
Guys, they got to play us.
I know.
And we're pretty good.
I know. But as I'm going through the bracket, I'm like, they could get beat there. They could beat there. And I thought, well, they could win that game. So I got them in the Final Four, or actually in the final championship game, but then South Carolina takes them down. I pretty much went seed. South Carolina to win it all. I did take Stanford over Texas, which is a 2-1. So that's not.
South Carolina's lucky to win that. They didn't. I mean, they were lucky to get to the finals of the SEC.
Yeah, and then they got run by
ACC,
Tennessee or something, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I did take UConn, which is a 3 seed going into the finals because I want to see Caitlin and Paige Beckers play.
So real fast then for the people at home. So rattle off through who your Final Four are, Tim. So
My Final Four is Indiana, Texas, Iowa, UConn.
Gotcha.
I don't think that's a bad one.
No, not at all.
Indiana would be it. That's my scratch.
Well,
for sure.
They got to get South Carolina's a dog, man.
Yeah. South Carolina, Texas, Iowa, UConn. So
we're really close.
Yeah.
South Carolina, Stanford, Iowa, and UConn.
Oh, we all got Iowa, UConn on that right side of the bracket.
Stanford. You got number
Mike
2.
Heaton, big. Let's go to the comments section for a minute. So Mike Heaton says, good pick with Indiana, same in my bracket.
Wow.
In the Big Ten next year, Juju's what they were talking about. Denise talked about the pub crawl a little bit. Benefits Washington, beautiful flowers downtown. On the equipment to Wellness Park, a few benefits. Shout out to the Betterment Foundation. Absolutely. All right. Mike supports your Indiana pick, Tim. That's good.
That's a big pick.
That is a big pick, but I'm going with my gut, which says the Big Ten is better than we think. And I think
they're pretty good.
I think we're really. I think you've got Michigan, Indiana, Maryland, us.
Yeah, well,
pretty dang good.
I think some of that is. I hope you're right, but I think some of it is that's the teams we watched all year.
Well, and we were discussing before we kicked off the show today. as the Iowa fans in us, we're picking Iowa to be in there, right? It's what we want. We also, our gut tells us that they're going to get knocked out before then. Like, this is a caveat, a total hedge betting. Like, right here, let's just be honest. So, Tim's like,
True and blue. They win the finals and they win that.
Lying through your teeth.
Well, we hope you're right.
How does Caitlin not wear that crown?
It would be,
And the team.
it would be. It depends on if and when Molly comes back. That's going to be a big factor.
Sounds like she's limping still.
We do need her, that's for sure. But I like the two other gals that came in.
Fulter is playing well.
Fulter, really well. That she was impressive.
She was.
Okay, Alex, thanks for letting me know we need a break.
Yep, break time.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you with a flexible financing you need to install that all-season room or remodel your kitchen with a home equity line of credit. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics, providing quality health care that puts you first. Whether during a hospital stay, seeing a primary care provider for wellness exams or sick visits, minor surgery to a total joint replacement, or recovering from an injury, we're here when you need us.
More than you expect for your health care. Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
Step back in time and create unforgettable memories of the 2024 Midwest Little Threshers reunion. Gather the family and immerse yourselves in the nostalgic charm of steam engines, antique cars and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and the horses. Whether it's the savory delights from the North Village to the log cabin or the unforgettable concerts, this is where memories are crafted. Plan now to bask in the history of the past from August 29th to September 2nd in Mount Pleasant. Visit oldthreshers.com for details. Don't miss this chance to make timeless memories.
At 5 Star Community Credit Union, we want to help you lead a better life. We offer competitive rates and convenient appointment times for all kinds of loans: auto, recreational vehicles, home equity line of credit, holiday, and personal loans. We make it easy to build your credit and enjoy the good things in life.
We invite you to join 5 Star Community Credit Union. We are community-minded and member-focused. Come visit our locations in West Burlington and Mount Pleasant or online at 5starcu.org. Federally insured through the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Good morning. Welcome back to Morning Breath. You all know who's here. We don't have time to tell you.
We got brackets to discuss.
I was like, if they don't know who this is by now.
I'm not going to introduce you again, Alex. Not today.
Okay.
But I do want to thank KCTC.
Thank you, Casey.
Thanks, Casey, for powering Southeast Iowa Video Network. And thank you to Hy-Vee and Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh. On to the men's side, gentlemen.
Absolutely.
Anything big going on in your bracket, John?
I picked a few upsets here and there on the top left side of the bracket there. UAB, University of Alabama, Birmingham, I picked them as the 12th seed to beat San Diego State. We both had Duquesne there, I think, in the next one down, the 11th seed over the 6th seed. So I kind of picked some upsets on this side. And also Drake beating Washington State. So I had three different upsets on this side just in that first round. But
yep, I agree with you, Drake, there. But I think the biggest thing that stands out to me is I've got Ohio State winning that whole bracket. Iowa State.
I think you said Ohio State.
I did say that. I meant Iowa State.
So we did this kind of sight unseen yesterday. No one knew what each other's picks would be or anything like that. I mean, we walked in and I told Tim who my picks would be for the Final Four in the championship, and he just tossed his bracket across the table to me, and we had the exact same one.
Yeah,
so without further ado, so my Final Four, Iowa State, North Carolina on the left side of the bracket. On the right side of the bracket, Houston, Tennessee, with Houston and Iowa State in the championship. with Houston getting some really salty revenge after the absolute ass kicking that they received this past week to Iowa State. Which
And they did.
which I think Houston has been a juggernaut all year, and then I think they got their bell rung, which, some people are like, oh, they got exposed. Like, well, they might have just gotten woke up a little bit, right? Which is good. Iowa State playing as good a defense as anyone in the country right now, which is incredible. And the big upset you were asking about, which we both would have to have had picked, UConn and Iowa State, because to Matt's point earlier, all the talking heads are picking UConn. It's UConn, and because they're really, really tough, which very well may be, but again, shook it up for the home state, so to speak.
Look, I think that, I said off air, Iowa State is playing the most consistent basketball that I've seen.
They are
really, really good for the longest period of time. It's time.
Playing really well, and then on that other side of the bracket over there with Houston and Tennessee, so kind of went 1-2, 1-2, and a couple the different sides. But I think it'd be very interesting to see a rematch of those two teams.
Yeah, I have Baylor coming out of that bottom left, oddly enough, but I think that the Big 12 is the premier team. The premier.
Oh, without question, the Big 12 is the best basketball league,
and so I look for them to beat North Carolina. So I got a 3 seed there getting to the Final Four. And I've got Houston running the table. They're just too damn good.
Mm-hmm. Where do you have Purdue getting knocked out?
I have Purdue getting knocked out second round. TCU takes them. No, I don't. I'm sorry. They beat TCU, and then Kansas takes them down.
That's why I have Kansas knocking out Purdue.
Again, I think the Big 12 is too good. I have Kansas making it to the Final Four. The biggest upsets.
You have 4 Big 12 teams there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
James Madison beating Wisconsin. That could be a stretch. But I don't know. I like their record. 31-3.
Yeah,
they know how to win.
Yeah, who'd they play?
I don't care.
Irrelevant. Erroneous on all accounts.
Guys, we could talk about this forever. I'm sorry if this is not your bag to talk about this stuff, but we're a bunch of men in here, and this is what we like.
One day a year.
We got one day we're going to do this, and then Friday we're going to talk a little wrestling if everything works.
Yes.
Matt, get us set for the day.
Well,
we better take a break.
Should we take a break?
Come on.
Let's take a break.
There you go. Take a break.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
I'm Melissa Westfall with Homegirl Realty. Heather and Charlotte and I have worked together for many years, and we have always had a vision to have a business together.
I'm Charlotte Howard, and the good news is we bring a very high level of experience. We have a combined 80 plus years of experience in this real estate marketplace.
I'm Heather Merrick, and Homegirl Realty brings a lot of things to the table. We have phenomenal communication with our clients, buyers and sellers, to make sure things are going smoothly and you don't have anything to worry about.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Good morning and welcome back to Morning Breath. I'm your host, Tim Elliott. You know the rest of the gang. We want to thank KCTC.
Thank you, Casey.
And Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh for powering us and keeping us going, keeping us live.
Exactly.
You know, we forgot to talk a little bit about the play-in games. Significant. They're just so insignificant. We didn't even give it any thought.
It's about as significant as the NIT is.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about the NIT at all. And we're not going to.
The not important tournament.
So it's play-in games on the women's side. So whoever Iowa plays first, they play Thursday in Iowa City. And I don't know, the Holy Cross and whoever, I don't know who it is. But can you imagine I just read this morning. So those teams one of them is going to win, going to play Iowa, which of course is tough anyway, in front of a sellout crowd. So one of those teams averages 800 fans per game.
Oh, Lord.
And the other is 1,400.
Wow.
So they're going to get they have to play Iowa in front of 15,000 people.
Jeez.
That's, talk about shock to the system.
Yeah, they won't have any idea.
15,000 people screaming against you.
Amazing. Mm-hmm. Anybody you got tickets to go?
No, they sold out in like an hour.
Don't you get any press passes?
Press pass. Yeah, I'm not on that list. Somewhere way down.
Well, they're
list.
all on TV. So the play-in games for the men start today. Is that correct?
I think so.
And maybe the women tomorrow.
I know the NIT's tonight too.
Oh yeah. Well, look, it used to be the premier tournament, John.
The NIT.
It was, and then this NCAA thing came up and changed all of it. So Iowa is playing
tonight at 8.
Tonight at 8. Is it even on TV?
It is. I think it's on ESPN.
Okay.
But a Tuesday night at 8 o'clock for an NIT game that nobody's really fired up about. Yeah.
Who we got?
Kansas State.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope we play well. We're at home. It's at Iowa City.
Yeah. It is.
We got a shot. We got a shot.
And
That's all I'm gonna say.
The Iowa State fans have been going round and round with that coach of Kansas State, this Tang. So it's basically the two least favorite coaches in Iowa State fandom face off tonight. So.
I see. Well, Iowa State has their own problems, but okay. Now should we get set for the day?
We get set for the day.
All right. I wanted to make sure
it's all good.
Used enough time.
It's all good. Temperature right now in Fairfield, Mount Pleasant, Washington, 32 across the board. Sunny and very windy. I think there's some warnings again today and probably some red flag warnings and all that stuff because there's a system moving in. No surfing.
Lake Darling. Again, Lake Darling, no surfing.
Yeah. You can't even get to Lake Darling because the road's closed.
What's going on with that road? They did shut it again.
Yeah, they're closing. So last year they closed it from like Lake Darling to Highway 1, and this summer they're closing it from Lake Darling to Brighton. I don't know what they're doing.
How lovely.
Yeah. So anyway, that and the road to Columbus Junction's closed too.
It's starting to feel like Chicago over here. All the road construction every 5 seconds.
It's going to be a nice road, 92. I mean, it'll be a nice wide with shoulders and everything.
Oh, that'll be
It's going to be like a real road.
Nice.
But that's shut down for like months. High today of 62, low of 29. And I'm going to start our run of Fairfield, Washington, and Mount Pleasant. But we're in Fairfield, Alabama today, where it's going to be overcast and high of 59, low of 35.
Hey, I got a place where you can go from Mount Pleasant.
Where's that?
We'll talk about it.
I got a list. I got all of them. I looked them up.
Mount Pleasant, South Carolina.
Yeah, all right. I'll look that up.
I've been there.
Really? Mm-hmm. All right.
That's another story for another day.
Yeah. We did the best cities to go to live in yesterday, and you've been to like 2 of them, but you've been to Mount Pleasant, South Carolina.
Mount Pleasant, South Carolina.
All right.
It's a must go.
Did it make your list? Top 10 cities?
It was the first time I ever called home and told my kids I may not be back.
Really? All right.
They were adult.
Things to do. I've brought this up before, but I think it sounds pretty cool. Peoplepalooza in Fairfield this Friday and Saturday at 5:30 at J.C. Huffman Cabinetry, bringing the joy and whimsy of Easter to life with special focus on Peeps candy. Tim's on a giggle.
Tim is pleased with himself right now. Tim is very happy with himself right now.
Mount Pleasant on Thursday, the Henry County Farm Bureau will be hosting their second annual supermarket sweep, benefiting the Fellowship Cup at Hy-Vee at 3 p.m. Contact the Henry County Farm Bureau for more information, get your team signed up and that kind of thing. Washington all-school vocal concert tonight at the Washington High School Auditorium at 7 p.m. This day in history, Nevada legalized gambling in 1931. And President Woodrow, thank God. And President Woodrow Wilson signed the Standard Time Act, which established daylight savings time.
I knew I didn't like Wilson.
In 1918.
Yeah, can we just
Wilson?
Yeah,
his fault.
So that's been going on for over 100 years.
Yeah.
And your daily dad joke.
We'd be remiss if we left this out.
Why are elevator jokes so classic and good? Because they work on many levels. Yeah, I didn't even laugh at that
one. Ladies and gentlemen,
I have a list. I just pulled it. It was next.
That's the best we could do.
That's it.
Thank you all for joining us this morning. Thank you all for commenting. If you liked what you heard or saw, don't be afraid to share with other friends of yours, because if they're friends of yours and you liked it, they'll probably like it as well. So,
and we'll be in Mount Pleasant tomorrow with Mike.
Yeah, I am out, and then I don't know. You guys take over. And I'll try and watch from where I'm at. But enjoy your time, and we'll check in Friday.